Hey everybody, it's me, Terry with the dronecav. Hope you all are doing well. Getting ready for the holiday season. Man, it's just speeding up on us, right? Did you get all your shopping done? Don't ask me about that. Anyway, again, hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, getting ready for all the fun and excitement that's coming up. And of course, we have a fun, cool, awesome, amazing, dazzling show here today. But you might be wondering, why am I not in my normal black shirt, my Romero Pictures t-shirt or something, not my normal black? Because I am in my Nike fitness gear. Won't get into a big preachy thing about that, but I'll give you just a little background, because there's a little point to this in how it relates to what we do here at the dronecav. A lot of you probably don't know, I was in a pretty nasty car crash about a year and a half ago. Now, prior to that, for a bunch of years, I have been kind of into fitness. I mean, not like all crazy and everything, but interested in it because it improves performance in a lot of ways as far as getting out, getting shots. I mean, being outside, moving around. I mean, it just makes you feel better. You're just more motivated, and you just perform better in your work and everything all around. So anyway, car crash, sidelined me. Couldn't work out for a long time. Recently, I got cleared by my doctor to get back into fitness, kind of ease back into it, not go crazy, but let's start taking those baby steps. And I've been anxious to do that. I really enjoy a form of workout, DDP yoga, Diamond Dallas Page. If you're interested in anything like that, this ain't your sitting around meditating with incense and bells ringing type yoga. This is pretty hardcore stuff, but it can start at any level. So, I mean, it's designed for people starting at the point of being bedridden, morbidly obese, can't even move, to take you from there to being more fit. And it's not, all the beautiful people and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's something you can do at home. So that's one thing I do, plus, the regular stuff, free weights and all that. Anyway, I'm not turning this into a fitness show, just talking a little bit about it. So, no Dr. Pepper today, but I will have a little pre-workout. Because immediately after the dronecav show here, you know what I'll be doing. Now, again, I mention that because a lot of times you're going to be out filming on set. You're going to be there a lot of hours. You're going to be there in some weird situations. Recently, I was wrestling myself up a muddy, slippery, steep riverbank to get some shots. So you don't know what kind of environment you're going to find yourself in. Here in Florida, it's hot. It's hot all day. It's always hot to go out and shoot. So in addition to staying hydrated, the more fit you are, less fat, all that kind of stuff is going to just play into making you a little more comfortable out there and having a little more stamina throughout the day, throughout your shoot. So anyway, that's it. Dronecav fitness here. We might even start going into some workouts later. I don't know about that. Don't hold me to that. But anyway, that's just why I thought I'd explain why I'm drinking pre-workout and in a workout gear. So there you go. And also, I've written articles on this too. All right, I cut it off. Fit to Fly. If you look them up, I've written some articles that were nationally published on being fit and how it helps you fly. So anyway, we're going to kind of take off in a little direction here, and we've touched on this a lot in the past about stock photography, practicing, all this kind of stuff. So today, we're going to sort of lay the base for that. And the next several, however many episodes, how we do, I'm going to get into talking about building your stock library. Lots of times you're going to need a shot. You're just going to need something, it might seem, very minor or even silly. It might just be, a red car going down a street or, following a dog walking down a sidewalk or something. It's hard to tell what it will be. But it's like one of those things, when you need it, it's like, oh, wow, I got to stop and go shoot that, or I have to figure that shot out. So the bigger library you have, the better. As you know, I talk about it, again, a lot. Having a library not only is going to give you those shots you need when you need them, it's going to give you good practice. I mean, if you have some downtime, if you're not working right now, or you have breaks in your schedule and you can get out and shoot some stuff, by all means do it. And it doesn't have to be with the fanciest camera gear in the world. You know, I love my Osmopocket. This thing with a tripod and the Osmopocket extension rod thing, you can do some crazy good stuff with this. Shoot with that. Hey, if you don't have one of those and you don't want to buy one, you got one of these, you got a phone. My phone shoots 4K 60. Again, it's not replacing bigger, more expensive, more capable gear, but you can get some pretty cool stuff. Again, if you know the techniques, if you're using something good to shoot with, like Filmic Pro on a phone or iPad, this is being filmed on an iPad Mini 5 with Filmic Pro, and in just some kind of basic settings. I'm not really messing with it a lot, but you can get some good stuff out of that. And a lot of times it's good enough for stock. But you know what it is good enough for 100% of the time? Practice. You can go out, you can practice framing your shots. Go out and look at everything. You've heard me say this before. Go look at trees. Just take one day, if you have a day or an afternoon or an hour. Just go out, walk around your neighborhood, look at the different trees. Okay? That's a good one. Look at the shape of streets. Does your street you live on, is it perfectly straight? Does it go and have a curve? You know, all these things. Take a look at those things and look at them through your lens and how that can translate into a shot. Is that something you could maybe use? Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe it might give you a little experience in framing a shot, shooting a shot a certain way. Maybe something you can go punch in on. And again, see, I'm just throwing ideas out there. This is the kind of thing that you can do to help build that library, plus get a little experience. I mean, it beats sitting around, messing around online, right? Except watching the dronecav and the Romero picture shows and the Wagner Wiles and End of the Night. That's always time well spent online. Yeah, can't deny that. But anyway, getting that practice is going to be no substitute for experience. I think that's an old saying. Did somebody say that? Plato, Socrates, Socrates? I don't know. Somebody said it. I just said it. It's been said. Okay, so today, going to not keep you here too long, because again, pre-workout's kicking in. I got to go hit the yoga mat. I'm going to show you a few shots and sort of explain what I did to get those shots. Again, nothing crazy fancy, nothing exorbitantly expensive equipment was used, stuff like that. So today we're going to look at skies. That's why the title for the show, The Sky's the Limit. And the sky is unlimited. If that's sort of the, think about the meaning of that. I don't know. I'm philosophical. Okay. Again, skies are awesome to shoot. And the reason I really like to shoot skies, it's almost kind of like a tongue twister, shooting skies, is the sky is constantly changing. The sky is never the same over you, over me, over the entire planet. It's never the same from 1 second to the next. There's always a different cloud formation, a different cloud pattern. There could be airplanes. I mean, there's always something going on in the sky. The sun might be brighter, the sun angle, you've got golden hour, you've got all these things going on in the sky. You can get some really cool shots. The sky is an endless template of stuff to shoot. Now, right now, you probably notice the background's a little different because I am inside, kind of under shelter right now, because our skies here in Central Florida, even though it's a beautiful day, it's about 72 degrees, 75 degrees, gorgeous day as far as temperature. It's pretty windy right now. We have a front moving in, and the skies are just overcast, gray, heavy, fast-moving clouds. So, not the best skies, but they're still beautiful skies. I mean, there's still something there if I want to go out and shoot. Now, shooting skies is another good opportunity to use something like the Osmopocket, or if your camera has it, and chances are your cell phone has it, to shoot something like a time lapse, a motion lapse, or a hyperlapse. And we've covered those in previous episodes. 3 different types of lapses, and you can really get some cool stuff. Clouds moving, you can speed it up, you can slow it down, you can adjust that capture duration. Now, if you're not familiar, if you haven't done much time lapse or hyperlapse, it probably wouldn't hurt to go back and revisit that episode. If you look back in the library, I think the title of the show was A Tale of 3 Lapses, where we talked about the difference in a time lapse, a hyperlapse, and a motion lapse. They're kind of the same, but they're kind of different too. So we've got some different stuff going on there as far as the lapses go, but the sky is a perfect background to shoot that kind of stuff. And you can always use dramatic sky stuff to fill. You can do some amazing color grading. You change the sky color, I mean the intensity. You can, put various LUTs to it. You can do some wild and cool stuff with skies. So that'd be a good thing to try out. Moving forward, we're going to talk, as far as building the stock library, about doing stock for other things, not just skies. We'll probably do planes, trains, and automobiles. I don't know. We'll just come up with a different subject as we go along and different ways to shoot those subjects. Like I just said earlier about trees. Look at the trees. No two trees are just alike. You can get some cool stuff, and you're not really so much going to do like a time lapse or something of a tree unless you have like 30 years and you want to watch it grow from a little tree to a big tree. You're going to run out of battery. So, that's not a good time-lapse candidate, but this is the stuff that comes with practice. You'll see what is a good candidate for what type of shot. I'm going to start preaching practice, because if you have downtime, man, now's the time to polish your skills and get better with your drone stuff, because again, you can shoot skies with a drone. Like the Mavic Air 2 that I use, the gimbal can rotate upwards beyond a 0-degree point, so you can get some sky shots. Pretty cool stuff. You can get hyperlapse and time-lapse with that stuff. So it doesn't have to be a ground-based camera. It can be a drone that has a suitable camera. But again, the practice in getting that shot and understanding what you're going to shoot, especially if you're flying a drone when you're in air, that you have to think about your battery economy. You don't have time to waste once you get up there, so you don't want to be messing around trying to figure out your shot. Try and get as much experience as possible, so when you're ready to shoot, you're ready to go. So anyway, let's take a look at a few of these things. I'm going to just do a little voiceover as we go to tell you, what I shot it on, what the circumstances were. Some are videos, some are time-lapse. It's just a mix of stuff, but it's mostly sky stuff. And again, the sky's the limit. One last thing. Next week is a holiday week. I'll be taking the week off. I'm sorry. I'm going to miss you all. But the following week, I'll be back. So just going to have a little 1 week jump over Christmas week there. But I'll be back. I'm not going anywhere. And wait till you see what's coming in January. We got some cool stuff. Did somebody say live guests? Did it take a lot? Maybe. We have got a cool 2021 coming up for the dronecav. So anyway, check out the skies. As always, get in touch if you have any questions. Terry at blackdogdroneops.com. If you want to talk about drones, if you want to talk about getting a drone, did you get a drone for Christmas? Are you stuck? What do you want to know about your camera? You want to talk about small camera systems? You want to talk about mobile videography and photography? You want to talk about apps? You want to talk about your computer? What kind of computer should I get? What kind of tablet should I get? How am I backing my stuff up? Am I safe? Am I going to lose my data? I've lost my data. What do? I do more than drones. All right? I do more than drones. So if you're stuck on any of this tech stuff, give me a shout. But drones is our number one thing. Anyway, super happy, biggest, wonderful holidays to you. In 2021, this is going to be a great year for everybody. So stay safe, check out the skies, and call me. Okay, this is a pretty cool panoramic shot. I shot this with the Mavic Air 2 and did a series of shots that were stitched together. Now, I'm in the software I'm using now, I'm kind of panning across the panorama because it's a really wide shot. And we're going to take a look at that here in a second. But I shot this, obviously, at sundown here in Central Florida with a Mavic Air 2 using an ND16 filter. I was about 125 feet in the air to get this shot. Now, that's the full shot. Now, here we're going to take a look at the actual video. I also shot this in video form as well. So you can see what a similar look, but this is actually flying the drone. Again, I was in a tripod mode. The drone was just sitting in one position, again, about 125 feet in the air. Same ND filter to work with that exposure and keep the shutter open a bit to get that dynamic range of all those colors in the sky. This has very minimal color correction and editing right here also. But I was actually yawing the drone to the left to get this shot. Now you can see the difference how this looks compared to actually scanning across a still image like we just looked at a second ago. Okay, this is another cool cloud shot. Again, I'll beat it to death. I love clouds. I love the sky. There's always so much to see there. It's always changing and so dynamic. Anyway, I use the djiosmopocket on a tripod for this, an ND16 filter. I usually set this up for a 30-minute time lapse. In this case, it was a motion lapse where I had the camera move just a bit, and you'll be able to see the sun move in the shot as well. So I kind of wanted to give that feeling of chasing the clouds or moving with the clouds. So take a look at this, see what you think. I thought this was a really cool shot. Did you see that streak of the plane flying by? That was a pretty cool surprise in there too. Okay, I'm going to tell you, this shot is one of my favorites that I've got recently. This is just a time lapse. There was no motion to the camera. Again, djiosmopocket, no ND filter. This is straight off the lens. It was, of course, on a tripod. And, of course, you know this, but when you're using a tripod, especially for something with a long duration like this, you want to make sure it's stable. It's not going to bounce and jiggle around. It's not going to get knocked around or anything like that because it's going to spoil your shot. Again, I set this up on a 30-minute. I believe I used a 2-second shot interval on this, but this shot to me is a beautiful closing shot for titles or just anything. It just came out so good. So I hope you like it. Okay, lastly, we're going to wrap it up with this shot. I call this shot Lazy Clouds. I shot this from the ground, again with the djiosmopocket, an ND8 filter, I believe, and this was just a static time lapse. The camera didn't move, didn't pan, didn't do any motion lapse or hyperlapse or anything, but it's just sort of a nice, dreamy, floaty feeling to the clouds. This looks like it was shot from 30,000 feet. So this will be a great shot if you needed something that for your scene that looked like you were looking out an airplane window or the window of a skyscraper or a dream sequence. You could use a shot like this for so many things. It's just a nice, peaceful, floating in the sky shot. So again, that's where you use that creative lens in your head to go out and look at these shots and angles and things, whether it's, again, the sky or trees or grass or sidewalks or roads or streets or anything. There are surprises there the more you look and the more you practice. So I encourage you to get out there and take a look. Anyway, happy holidays to everyone. Can't wait to see you on the next show. 2021 is going to be an awesome year, and we've got such cool stuff coming for you with the dronecav. Anyway, I can't wait to see you again. Thanks for watching.